And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another fantastic Friday night of racing brought to you by LSRTV, LiveSimRacing.com. We are here with the L-TAC Tucson Sound Art Next Gen Cup Series, but we're not in America. We're not in America. Are we, Brockton? No, sir. We're over in Germany. We're at Nurburgring. That's right. The guys at L-TAC have decided in their infinite wisdom that they're going to run 39 laps on, in my opinion, one of the world's hardest road courses. Between the changing width of the track going through some of these turns, the elevation changes, and I mean just the downright technical aspects of this track, in my limited opinion, make it one of the most difficult road courses in the world. Would you not agree, Brockton?
Oh, I absolutely agree. And one thing that I always say about NASCAR, especially the Cup Series, these are one of the best, or some of the best, stock car drivers in the world because of this aspect. You have to adapt to all these changing circumstances, going to different tracks all over the world, especially in the L-TAC Cup Series. The twisting and turning as we're watching the 90 of Johnny Eckert going through this track. I mean, this place is insane, and it's not even the big track.
That's right. There's multiple versions of Nurburgring, and they're running the one of the shorter versions. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the guy that they named this after, but we're back to our regular paid jobs. As you see right now, we're on track watching and riding on board down there in the right-hand corner, the number 11 car. One of my favorite bases of Jeff Brogdon driving that Tabasco car because, hey, I'm from South Louisiana. I live about 15 minutes from the place they make Tabasco at, so I'm kind of partial to that guy right there. Now, Johnny Eckert, the guy we were watching earlier, Brockton, he had the fastest time on track during practice, but only by a couple of hundredths over tonight's favorite pick, Logan Hamilton.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for these guys. During practice, we were seeing about a half a second or more between the top 10 drivers. It was about 3 seconds, so right now, my hot take is we're going to see this track get spread out. Everybody's going to get real spread out, and there's going to be a couple position changes here and there, but pit stops will be important, tire management will be important, and of course, fuel mileage will be important.
And of course, keeping it between the left side and the right side of the track too. Off-track excursions here can be costly because when you get stuck in that sand, unlike in real life, you'll be able to get yourself out of it, I'm sure, but you'll still lose a lot of time. There's a possibility that you can damage the car, and we'll be watching that tonight. Now, folks, normally you would see between 25 to 30 cars on track for the L-TAC guys. They've got a pretty decent crew, but unfortunately, we're only going to be seeing about 14 cars on track tonight, mainly because of the track itself. This isn't a free track that comes with the service. This is one that most people have to buy. Everybody has to buy, but most people don't because of its difficulty, and they just don't use it very much. So a lot of the guys opted not to show up tonight for this. Once we get done with qualifying, we'll go over the top 10 in points and who actually showed up tonight in the top 10 in points and go over the ramifications of that as we continue to watch qualifying right now. I still haven't seen anybody actually turn in a lap yet. And that's how big and long this track is.
Yeah, we were seeing laps around the 2 minute and 3 seconds was about the fastest we could get around here. So they're going to take a lot of time just getting their tires up to temperature, just getting reacquainted with this track, and getting around the track. 3 laps they're going to have to do, their warm-up lap and 2 flyers, and they're going to have to make sure they have enough tire at the end of those flyers to get good enough laps.
Yeah, that's right. So while we wait for somebody to turn in a lap on track, why don't you tell me about your week, man? I heard you had some excitement this week.
Oh yeah, a couple weeks ago, so when the L-TAC series went to Charlotte, I was kind of bummed I wasn't there. It seemed to be a pretty good race, a long race, but a good race. I was at Texas Motor Speedway with Rayum Brothers Racing in the 33 and the 43 truck teams. I was part of their crew for that Texas night race, and it was a blast. My first time on that side of the wall after 19 years of looking at that side of the fence and going, man, I want to be there. I finally made it. It was so fun. It was so cool. I have to huge shout out to all those guys at RBR for giving me the opportunity to intern with them and the opportunity to just be around that and learn so much. I mean, I was designated tire specialist for the 43. Unfortunately, the 43 didn't make the race, so I hopped on the 33 crew, learned a lot about tire pressure, tire management, all that kind of stuff. work ethic that truly goes on behind the scenes that people just don't get to see. It was such a cool experience, and I can't wait to get even more experience behind the wall.
Well, I can't speak for many people, but I know several people in my personal circle that including myself, by the way, that would be mighty jealous of you right now. Wow, as we watched the 90 car make a major off-track excursion right there. But he's already locked in a pretty good lap there of 2 minutes, 3 seconds, and a little under 84. 2 minutes and 3.84. Is that what I'm trying to say? Yeah, 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 3.84 seconds is what he's got right now on track. He's got almost a second over Jeff Brogdon in second place right now. And but back to what we're talking about. Yeah, Brogdon, that's pretty cool, dude, that you got to go be a part of that. I've been to actual races, but I've not been, a part of a crew in an actual NASCAR race. That's like a pipe dream of mine, a bucket list kind of thing that'll probably never happen. But congratulations, my friend. Sounds like you're living the dream, brother.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it. Got to have my mom, my dad, and my girlfriend there for my first race. Such a cool experience, but man, I couldn't walk the day after. I don't know how everybody does it for 36 weeks out of the year. They're crazy sometimes, but it was a blast. I had, got worn out, and I think it was 110 on the track, and we were 10 a.m. to midnight just digging the whole night. So it was super fun, and I can't wait to kind of regroup myself. I'm back home for the summer, and hopefully once I get back in Charlotte, I can stay with RBR and maybe branch out, maybe get to an Xfinity or a Cup team and kind of see how that all goes.
So where's home again?
Right now I'm back in San Angelo, Texas, instead of Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
That's where I've been going to school. Yeah.
Well, howdy, neighbor. Oh, look at the two car. He's trying to do some drifting for us. Didn't work out for him though. These cars don't drift very well. I have noticed that.
Yeah, they're a little tough.
Yeah, when this version of the next gen came out, me and some friends of mine that we like to goof around, we actually opened our own server up. We closed it, locked just for us five, and tried to do some drifting. They don't want to drift, man. They really don't. It's very difficult to drift these things on purpose. But anyway, so we are still doing I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, they don't like the slide. They're a little timid on the sidewalls.
Look at the tire patch. Look at the contact
yeah.
You're dealing with, man. They don't like to drift. Wow, Logan's running a new paint scheme tonight. I like this one, man. This kind of a red, white, and blue throwback with the Tucson Sound Art sponsorship on it. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's a really nice scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's still Tucson Sound Art.
Yeah, he's normally like what, like a purplish, blackish color, I think.
I think so. Yeah. So I know him and
how long we got left in qualifying, guys? I'm not in the server because I don't have this track.
Yeah, usually they have a 10 to 15 minute qualifying. So
yeah, and I think Logan right now is the only one that's on track making a qualifying run.
Yeah, it looks like about a 10-minute qualifying. We've been on air for about 6 or 7 minutes here. So.
Okay. So this is what we can look forward to tonight, really, folks. If there's anybody tuned in out there right now, this is not going to be a very energy-filled broadcast, for lack of a better word. We've already been told by Nolan that with only 14 cars on track, they had a 14-second difference, Brockton, in practice between fastest and slowest. So it's going to be probably a snooze fest, but that's okay. That's okay, right? We're gonna make do with what we get here. We're gonna find something to talk about, even if it's if we can talk Mason into free flying the cam over the track somewhere, just finding some of these odds and ends, these little Easter eggs they like to throw into these tracks. For a while there, I was doing that thing where you go and try and find the Dale Jr. in every track. There's a 3D Dale Jr. at every track. Somebody told me, and I found a couple of them, but not all of them.
Yeah, there's him and another guy are in every single track that iRacing produces, and it's fun to fly around in that service and try and find them. But I think one thing that's going to be interesting to follow is points. I mean, a lot of these guys that might not be that far up in points, they could have been here, and some of the guys that are higher up in points, they might not be here, and that could decide who's in the playoffs and who's not.
Yeah, once we get done with qualifying, we will bring up the points standings once again and go over who's here. And I think his lap ran out on him before he was finished, Wow. So we got a 5-minute warm up here real quick. We're also going to roll into the German national anthem. And once we get done with that, we'll come back with the lucky draw and we'll do the other thing that I was talking about. Brockton, help me out here, man. My brain is cramping on me all of a sudden.
We're going to get points, lucky draw,
Thank
the
you.
national anthem.
Yes. Yes, thank you. All right. Bean footage there, Mason. Let's get that anthem on the way. Guten Tag from here in Nurburgring. I think that means good day. I hope it does anyway. Hope I didn't just insult everybody in the booth. So I promised you after after qualifying, we get you a lineup, get you point standings, our lucky draw. And what the lucky draw is, folks, is we draw a random number every week, and the winner of that number, if that person starts in that number, if he wins the race from that starting position, gets 3 bonus points towards the championship total. And tonight's lucky draw number was 1. So with that being said, let's get our lineup on the screen. We'll tell you who that is. That's going to be Johnny Eckert. Starting on the pole, if he wins this race, he gets 3 extra bonus points. To his outside, Jeff Brogdon. Inside row 2, Jeremy Berger. Outside of him, Barrick Uphold in the number 92. Inside row 3, Mario LaPinta. Outside of him, Nate Brooker in the 3 car. Inside row 4 is Robert Pattengale. And why don't you go ahead and finish us out there, Brockton? Outside of row 4.
Outside of row 4 is going to be Logan Hamilton in that number 12. Colin Stone going to be rolling off in 9th in that 43. Nathaniel Ames coming back, the rookie, in the number 40, going to be top 10. Anthony Masadi in the 49 rolling off 11th. Frank Flores the 3rd in that number 8 car, going to be rolling off in 12th. Shotgun on the field, last row, Stefan Purcell in the 57 in the 13th, and our good friend Sean Deal in that beautiful 44 Tucson Sound Art Toyota. Shotgun on the field, 14th.
And folks, we don't have a lot of the points runners here. Here we go with the top 10 in points right now. As it sits before the completion of this race, your points leader is Matt Rucci. He's not here. Berger, he's 2nd place. He's here. Hunter Thrower, 3rd place. Anthony Muzzatti, 4th place. Colin Stone, 5th place. Logan Hamilton, 6th place. 7th place is going to be Joseph Causey. 8th place is going to be Mario LaPinta. 9th place, Tyler Granat. And 10th is Sean Deal. Now, out of that top 10, let's see who is not here. Hunter Thrower is not here. That's the guy in 3rd. Colin Stone is here. Rucci's not here. We know that already. So Berger's 35 points behind. So even if he wins this race, he's still going to have a 21-point deficit. But that's a huge chunk to make up. So that's good for him. Let's see who else is not here. Causey, I don't think showed up tonight, did he? Nope, sure didn't. So that's 7th place right there. LaPinta is here. I don't see Tyler Granat out there, so Tyler didn't show up. That's your 9th place. And of course, Sean Deal in 10th. He'll probably make up a couple of points. He is only 3 points behind 9th place of Tyler Granat, so he'll probably pick up that spot tonight. We're probably going to see some movement in the point standings here, Brockton, once this race is over.
Yeah, a small field gives a lot of people a lot of points to be gained, and as we're seeing everybody go through their pit boxes here, getting that pit road set, find their box. I love that they do this.
Yeah.
But it's going to give everybody a good chance to kind of settle in, get a lap under pace speed to feel your line out, feel the car out, shake everything down, get your head in the right place as we ride along on the bottom here with Sean Deal. It's going to be a good time this last little pace lap before 39 laps around the Nurburgring GP circuit. And that's going to be such a long race for these guys. So much concentration is going to be going on here. He's left, right, left.
You just said it, concentration, and we're gonna see these guys start to slack off in that towards the end of this race, because it's a long race. It's a lot of concentration, a lot of focus. It'll wear you out quick. Real quick, just from last week's top 10, Rucci was the winner, Joseph second, Logan Hamilton third, Joseph Causey fourth, Taylor Butcher Benjamin fifth, Tyler Granat sixth, Austin Gaccioni seventh, Sean Kaiser came in eighth, Barret Morton 9th, and Mario LaPinta was 10th. Now, we had a lot of penalties from last week also. Well, not last week. Last race, I should say. These guys were off last week. Justin Wilson was a 2-point penalty. This is car-on-car contact, I believe. Ryan Duke was a 2-point penalty. Matt Rucci took a point. Jeremy Berger, Nathaniel Ames, Hunter Thorward, Tyler Granat, Jeffrey Brogdon, and Joseph all had 1-point penalties. Self-spin penalties for Charlotte. Justin Wilson got 3 of those. 2 spins, so it was a 3-point penalty. And Nate Brooker took a penalty also. Now, this is their first time ever at L-TAC racing here at Nurburgring, so there are no previous outing stats for you. We don't have a podium for you from last year or any track records. So everything that happens tonight is a first for these guys. So, hey, guys, welcome to Germany. Good luck. It's going to be fun. All right.
Man, we're making history. That's the best part about it.
We're making history. Look, they've even got the Porsche leading them. You know, normally we see either a truck or the iRacing pace car out there, but they got the little Porsche leading them now. Or what's it called? The Rough? I mean, the car looks different to me. I don't know what the difference is.
Yeah, the Rough something. It's either the Rough or it's an actual Porsche. Not sure.
See, this is open wheel road course people stuff, man. I'm not a road course people, you know?
It's a little above our pay grade.
Yeah, I mean, I only do road courses if I'm forced to when I'm racing, you know? If the series goes there, it's like this week in the C Series, we're going to Sonoma. I am not looking forward to that. That is one of my worst tracks to go to. Alrighty, so hey, real quick, we're gonna do a quick commercial break because we're gonna be under the pace for a while. But no, we're not. I'm sorry.
We're coming around the last.
Yes, I'm sorry. Look, man, I'm so out of it tonight, guys. I apologize. I'm like, yeah, let's go to commercial break as we go to green. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it. You know. Well, who's that? TNT. They used to do that all the time with their race coverage. Oh my lord.
Looks like they're coming into the last chicane, coming around the final corner. Yep.
Off right there. Here we go.
Coming around
on board 15. With Berger right now. I think the green flag comes out right up here, right past here is the commitment line. I mean the go zone as they call it. And look at this, they're already spread out wide right. Oh, little spin of the tires by Eckert right there as green flag drops. And that was kind of a weird way to start that race. They were on kind of 3 abreast right there. Not sure what was going on with that, but let's see if we can just get through corners 1 and 2 right here without any drama. Wow, look at that. See if anybody overshoots this turn. The 11 car got a little wide right there, Brockton.
Yeah, there was some 2 and 3 wide action there. Ooh, a little wide goes the number 8 of Flores. Drops him a couple of positions down, but still lap 1, corner 1. So long way to go for these guys as we watch Eckler, Berger, and Brogdon snake through 3 and 4 and 5. Coming down to the 5th turn here.
Down through turn. I'm glad you wouldn't know what number. I don't even know what number turns are, man. I'm glad you got that covered.
I had to Google a map. I won't even try.
Hey, yes, please, Mason Heimball. By the way, let's give a shout out to Mason, shall we, Brockton? I mean, he's got some great split screen action going on here for us this week. This is all some, as you call it, new toys for him. New overlay stuff that he's been working on, and I'm loving it, man. I'm loving this split screen we got right here. Watching the leader up on top, that's Eckert out in the lead, and we're watching stuff going on through the mid-pack right here. That's the 13 car of Mario LaPinta. I have seen a couple of guys go off track, but nothing major so far. I haven't seen anybody park themselves in the sand yet. That would be me. I'd be that guy. You guys would be coming around on lap 2. Yeah, you guys would come around on lap 2 and see my car just sitting out there on the beach. I'm like, hi guys. Got my lawn chair parked out here, a little umbrella over my head, you know. Dip my ties and watch you guys race the rest of the time.
And speaking of,
oh wow,
49 goes off. Musati.
Was that Musati? Oh wow, he burned that one in there pretty hard too.
Yeah, that's a lot of tire smoke from that.
And see, we were talking about that. I mean, that's that focus, that loss of concentration, if you will, that can be costly. And that's going to happen more and more as this race goes on, because, I mean, I don't know about these guys, but when I'm road racing, sometimes I'll forget. Some of the turns, especially these bigger tracks, not like Watkins Glen, but something like this well, Road America especially, some of the turns will look so.
We got a car around
92 of upholds.
Oh man!
But they keep it green. It's not a full course caution. It's going to be a local caution. It's going to stay green, but that's unfortunate for him because he's going to come out now. Oh my goodness, almost
dead last.
6 seconds, 8 seconds behind Flores as they go down through turn 1 now. And I forgot completely what I was saying. I did. I have no idea what I was saying before that happened. The fun of being old with brain damage. Yes. Many concussions through my years. Man, between my military career and my time in the oil field and time playing pro ball, I have had more concussions than they probably would want to say. Sometimes I can't remember.
I can only imagine. Man,
Oh, look, here goes another one off track. Who is that, the 33 car?
That's the 33 and smoking in front of him. That was the 43.
Maybe
Still
I give
burning those tires up.
credit. I mean, I figured it would take them at least 10 laps before they start fading out like that and just driving through the corners blindly. But it happens. It happens. Look at Hamilton right here. He's already moved up 6 spots since this race started. We're only, 3 laps in? 4 laps? No, 3
not
laps.
even. I'm pretty sure we're 1 lap in.
Are we still on the first lap? Good Lord.
We completed the first lap last time around, I believe.
Oh, my goodness. Well, anyway, my point is he's moved up 6 spots already. Now, he was pretty stout at the last road, like at, what was it, Monza. When we went to Monza, he was really stout there, had some issues late in the race, but Logan Hamilton's been one of the best road course racers we've seen here at L-TAC. And when we last spoke to him, he was really excited about coming to Nurburgring. And I guarantee you, if anybody out here is going to give Eckert a run for his money, it's going to be that 12 car of Hamilton.
Absolutely. And one thing I want to point out as they come into turn 1 here, the Yokoyama S's, these front tires, the front brakes are screaming for any sort. Look how bright orange as he smokes the right front there. Hamilton's brakes are just begging for mercy, and we're only 2 or 3 laps in. Another thing, at last lap, Hamilton ran a 2-minute and 3-second lap. Our leader, Johnny Eckert, a 2-minute 4-second.
Yeah, I was just looking at that timing there. And, I mean, like I said, Hamilton's always been very stout at the road courses. He's a damn good road course. I mean, he's a great driver all around here at L-TAC. He's got a few wins. But his specialty seems to me to be these road courses, especially these big technical road courses like Nurburgring here. We ride on board down in the right corner there with Brogdon in the 11 car. That's a great shot there, Mason.
And that's what I was gonna say a few minutes ago now, that gotta give it up to everybody at LSRTV, including our producer here. These shots have just been getting better and better. The in-car cameras, the overlays, everything. The production value at LSRTV is second to none. I'm so blessed to be here with you guys in the booth, and I can't wait for the next few weeks and see what else we can get going. Battle for the lead here might get pretty spicy in a lap or two.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, man. Hamilton's still burning out some fast laps now. He's still, reeling the leader in. I mean, I say fast laps, like he's not done but 1 lap. Last time we talked about that, barely. However, watching him through each turn, you can see he's just reeling in Eckert little by little. And you see, if I'm Eckert, though, and I see this guy coming, I'm going to, we've had somebody off track, it looks like, getting really slow.
Yeah, that was a big checkup. The 43 and 33 might have gotten together there.
A wee bit of contact, is that what you're saying? Just a wee bit?
Possibly, or it might have just been a, hey, come on back on track there, buddy.
Please, don't run me over in the process.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, I'm watching the time behind Eckert that Hamilton is, and it started off at the beginning of lap 3. He was 3.5 seconds behind Eckert. He is now a half a second, well, 0.8 tenths of a second, excuse me, behind Eckert and reeling him in. And I think it's any minute now we're going to have a pretty good fight for you. And as I was saying, if I'm Eckert, I'm going to let Logan go. I'm just going to let him go. We know he's faster. I don't want to risk getting involved in an incident with him. He's going to put me behind everybody else because I've got a fast car. And I want to make sure it's going to last the next, 35 laps. So, like I said, once Hamilton gets there, the smart move is to let him go on by.
Oh, absolutely. If I was Eckert, I'd let Hamilton go now. See what his lines are on fresher tires. Kind of play with them, fill his mirrors up, get him looking behind you, because Hamilton is going after it. He was 7/10 faster that last lap. So although it's kind of evened out a little bit, it's still not even close to being even between these two. So if I was Eckert, I'd let Hamilton go, learn his line, or start saving fuel and try to get a little bit longer, a little bit more towards the end of this run so he can be able to run longer or have fresher tires at the end of this race.
So you just said something a minute ago that's very impressive. Not a lot of drivers think about it. It's something that I heard Barret Morton say one time. Get behind him, see where he's running at on this track and where he's faster at and how he gets through these turns. Brilliant observation there, Brockton. Good job.
Thank you. And as we can see, as we're riding along with Hamilton, it looks like he's possibly braking. Oh, it's a big mistake, Eckert.
And he's
oh man, that's going to be a slowdown penalty.
Wow, Brockton, explain to our people what a slowdown penalty is real quick.
Yeah, and if we could possibly get a replay of that, as we can kind of dissect the mistake that happened here. So we're going to see the number 90 car of Eckert here going up this long straightaway into the NGK chicane here, and he just doesn't get enough braking, and he cuts the track there. And what iRacing will do is it'll give you a time-sensitive penalty, and you will have to give a certain amount of time up. You'll have to slow down for a certain amount of time until you can go back. Usually it's a second, maybe two, and that was a big cut, and that's going to be tough because now he's a second and a half away from Hamilton. It's going to be hard to find his braking points. Now he's got to focus back in, settle back into his rhythm, and he's just got to run this race like he's the leader still. At this point, absolutely. Run your line. You've done some damage to the underbody of that car, probably jumping over those curbs. That splitter's probably bent up a little bit. So now take a breath. Don't overdrive yourself, as we see him almost overdrive that corner there.
Yeah, we're watching on the bottom screen there. You're inside with Eckert right now, and that is a great shot. Kind of seeing exactly what he's doing right here. Seeing what gears he's in as he's coming up to the gears, up to the S's right there, up to the start-finish line. Is that the start-finish line?
No, this is in between. We're coming into turn 11 here. And then coming back down to turn 12, this little slight bend, and we're coming back up to where he made that mistake last time, which is turns 13 and 14. So through the Advent Boggin up into the NKG chicane. Let's see if he gets hit this time. Learns his lesson, gets through it pretty clean.
Yeah, he actually made some time.
Only a second behind. Yeah.
So this is just a really great example when we were riding through that in-car on the bottom screen there of the elevation changes I touched on at the top of the show. This track's got a lot of elevation changes, Brockton. Talk to me a little bit about what that does to a driver as he's trying to drive this track.
Oh man, it does so much, not only to the driver, but the car. The driver has to deal with, you ever been on a roller coaster and you go down, up and down those little, I call it bunny hills, little up and down hills, and your stomach kind of goes, whoa. That's what these drivers are having to do with, in the real life circuit. You're going up and down and you're getting all these weird G-forces, and we're going to get somebody in the pits here, the 43. Colin Stone in the 43 on lap 6.
That's interesting.
He's actually calling it a night. He has exited the building.
Really? Are you in the server with him?
Well, he did reset instead of bringing it down pit road, so
wow.
One can only assume.
And it looks like Flores is having some issues as well.
Flores is a minute behind. These two have walked away from the field. Jeremy Berger, the closest person to the top two, he is third, 5 seconds now, and we've got a car around.
Yep. That's going to be Robert Pattengale in the 33. He's gone off track again, and we talked about this. These guys aren't really fond of this. Not many people are fond of Nurburgring. It's a very difficult track, and they're not even racing the hardest version of it. I mean, they're kind of racing a mid-level difficulty, if you will, version of this track. As we watch the 2 car kind of battling right now with the 11 car. Berger got by Brogdon about a lap and a half ago, and looks like, you know, Brogdon just decided, hey, play it safe. I'm gonna let him go.
Yeah, and that kind of all pushes back to what I was talking about a couple seconds before Stone parked it. That elevation change and what it does to the car, these weird cambered turns, these 18-inch wheels, it gives less give into the corner, and it's harder to put the power down because it's a weird surface area with caster and camber and all that kind of stuff. So you put the power down going up a hill, the car is going to spin. If you put the power down going down a hill, you're going to accelerate way faster than you're expecting. The brakes aren't going to work as well because all that weight and momentum's going down the hill, and you end up blowing a corner or spinning out.
Exactly, and I mean, if you're going to equate it to a track here in America, I would say Sonoma. Sonoma's got a lot of elevation changes. They built that track on the side of a hill, for crying out loud. So, you know, when you watch a race at Sonoma, you can see, especially when they do the far away camera shots, these guys have got a lot of elevation changes between the front end and the back end of the track. And as a driver, especially somebody who races ovals, you know, you're not used to elevation changes that much, except for Dover, where, you know, you're going down into a turn, you come back up out of a turn, it's crazy. But, you know, it's just, you know, elevation changes do so much dynamically to a car where the unloads and the loads begin and end. It's just so crazy, you know. Now, we were watching Eckert and Hamilton earlier, and if you look now, Eckert's starting to reel Hamilton back in there, Brockton.
Yeah, I think this is kind of having to do with how Hamilton's been driving this track. Hamilton's been locking up that right front every lap in multiple corners, and Eckert has been locking up his wheels, but not as much. So I'm maybe thinking Hamilton is struggling with some tire wear, possibly, or starting to look in his mirror and seeing that 90 get bigger and bigger, and once you look back, we all know once you look back, you can't stop.
You can't stop looking, that's right. And down in the right-hand corner, folks, as you said, well, it's gone now, but there, it's back again. We're riding along in car with Sean Deal. And Sean right now is riding back there in 10th place. He's up 4 spots from the starting spot. And, man, look at, oh, whoa.
Oh.
Hamilton. We've lost Hamilton.
Blink.
He's gone. He's lost the next to the track.
That's
so unfortunate. Oh, internet issues for our number 12 for our leader, Logan Hamilton.
Huge.
And this is huge because we're not going to have, I seriously doubt with just 14 cars on track, we'll have a full course caution at all. And if he gets back in right now, he'll be okay. He won't lose a lap. I promise you that. He'll be last in line and way back, but he won't lose a lap. Not at 2 minutes a lap. But, man, without a full course caution, I just don't see him making up on that ground. I really don't.
Yeah, it'll be really difficult. I mean, at this point, he's already 50 seconds behind. And I mean, he was quick, but he wasn't as fast as he needs to be to make all that up. But Sean Deal back here in now what is 9th place. These guys are having a heck of a battle. It's a 4-car battle from Purcell, Imes, Uphold, and Deal. And then Musadi hanging back in there, a 5-car, as we're looking at a huge lunge in the inside of the 40, off the 44 and the 92, trying to get the move done. What a move.
Dude wiggled a lot right there on the exit of that turn. That was a great shot from in-car right there. Thank you, Mason, for those shots. Really showed us. Just, you know, the in-car, you can see it okay with the top screen, but when you're watching it through the in-car on the bottom part of the screen, you really see the uphill and the shifting, how fast they're going. And then all of a sudden, when that car crests over the hill and they got to get ready for a turn and start braking, and they don't know if it's going to hold. I mean, that's to me, it's the most frightening part of road course racing at these tracks that have huge elevation changes like that. And if you, I don't know, Brockton, if you've ever gone on YouTube and Googled Nurburgring, but they've had some crazy stuff happen to this track on the bigger course with, you know, I'm trying to think of the series, the classic car, but anyway, the thing flies. Like literally, it'll come over the crest of a hill and it'll catch air underneath, and it just flies through the air, flipping and flipping. You know, I thought that was fake, and then I saw the real video, and I'm like, oh my God, that poor guy. You know, I mean, all he's doing is just driving his car, and he's been driving for 10 laps already, and all of a sudden he's flying through the air into the trees. It's insane, man. But
yeah, the
that's why I figured he'd lost connect. And I guess he's not going to bother coming back in, is he?
Yeah, he's lost a lap at this point. That's real unfortunate. But one thing I want to point out, Berger's gap has kind of plateaued at this point as we're watching Berger and Brogdon here on your big screen, and Musadi on your in-car camera going for a move on the 40. I think Nathaniel's really struggling with tire wear at this point, as he's been able to clear Ames. Musadi now in the 9th position.
This is only Ames' 3rd race, I think, right? 3rd race?
I think his first race was at Homestead, and then, so yeah, I think it's his 3rd or 4th race.
If we could watch Nathaniel for just a few minutes here, this is his 3rd running with these guys. Ames came up through the ranks. We've talked about this so many times before. If you're out there watching these guys race and you like the Cup Series, you like what you see on here, you want to be a part of it, the best way to do it is do like Nathaniel Ames and the 40 car did. He went in to the Truck Series, which races on Wednesday nights, raced with them for a few weeks. They liked what they saw, and they invited him to come run here in the Cup Series. This is his 3rd race now with them. He's been pretty good. He's had some ups and downs in the series, which you would with any rookie coming into a series like this. But here he is, man, toughing it out at Nurburgring, and to me, that just, you know, that's huge. I mean, you know, anybody that's coming into a series doesn't want to make themselves look bad at a track like this, and he's holding his own right there, Brockton.
Yeah, and he kind of got thrown into a few tough races. Like we said, I believe his first race was the Homestead Miami race, the Florida Man 200. Then he went to Kansas and then Charlotte, and now boom, he's here in Germany at the Nurburgring. So that's a few tough races, especially just getting thrust into him. He's done a really good job keeping his nose clean, just running laps, clicking them off. And I think that's all he needs to do as a rookie. Get comfortable with the car, the people around him, and then eventually he'll be able to get up there. As we're watching a battle between Deal and I believe that's the 92 of Uphold. Uphold's been letting that thing lay out there, man. I'm worried about those rear tires.
And he's driving your car, man. Texas.
Yeah.
Tejas. Howdy, neighbor.
Yeah.
Here we go. I like the split screen right here. Sean Deal in car on the right. The camera watching the action between Uphold and Sean Deal on the left. And you're watching this. This is behind the two that are on the left. So Sean Deal is that brightly colored car back there, the Tucson Sound Art Camry. You see back there behind the Texas sponsored car. That car painted up like a Texas state flag, if you will.
And speaking of Texas, we got to give a shout out to another producer in the LSRTV stable, Cody Wooten. Cody's not feeling too hot right now. Cody, if you're watching as we're seeing some crazy stuff going on, I think that was the 57 of Purcell.
Did he lose connection too?
Might have lost connection as well. But Cody, if you're watching, bud, hope you get better. Hope you start feeling a little better. I know being under the weather, watching some races always helps me feel good. So we're thinking of you.
Yes,
hope for a speedy recovery.
Yes, I chatted with Cody earlier today, and he was definitely hurting for certain. So we're thinking about you, Cody. Jeff Stab now, you too, buddy. Jeff, our fearless leader, was diagnosed with the COOF. And he's at home fighting with that right now. So, man, you know, our LSRTV is taking a beating right now, but we'll be all right. As we watch this fight now with the two-car Jeremy Berger. What is going on with these connections tonight, Brockton? Is it the fact that these guys are trying to race in Germany? Is that what's going on? You have substandard internet over there or something?
It's really weird. I know there's some storms going across the East Coast, kind of the central east side of the United States. We had a really bad storm yesterday, so I'm sure that's kind of pushing its way across the country. So that might be making some internet struggle as we're watching the 11 and the 44.
See, I live right off of I-10 in Lafayette. So we got hammered by the same storms that got you. And yeah, it was pretty rough, and those things were moving eastbound. So thoughts out to the folks on the East Coast. If you're dealing with some rough weather right now, your internet is probably not going to survive the night, as we've already seen with a couple of folks. Let's just keep your heads down. And, you know, back to Logan, man, that's a shame. If anybody on this track was going to be able to give Eckert a run for his money, we saw him take the lead away from Eckert for a while there. Eckert had reeled him back in, and then the internet just dropped him, and that's unfortunate. So we're back to now lap 11 here of 39. So far, it's been a pretty decent little running for these guys. Johnny Eckert's out front right now with that 8-second lead over Jeremy Berger in the 2 car. Brogdon in the 11 car having a great run tonight in the Tabasco car. He's running back there in 3rd. He's kind of got his eyes on 2nd place right now. Those two were battling for that position for a while. Nate Brooker back there in 4th. Mario LaPinta in 5th in the 13 car. He's having a pretty decent running. Most of these guys after LaPinta are a minute behind. A minute, Brockton. Like if Eckert spun out right now, he'd be able to get back going and still probably stay in the top 5.
Man, if he flipped right now, he'd probably be able to stay in the top 5.
Right. Crazy, man. You know, I'm wondering, I mean, we're only lap 11 right now, and Flores is a minute and 50 seconds behind the leader. So I'm wondering, you think we're actually going to see somebody go a lap down tonight?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've still got more than 2/3 of the race. I just calculated it, and 13 laps is a third of the race. So I would 100% say that. I would definitely say somebody's going to go a lap down before the end of this, and that could be interesting. Some of these guys that are off in no man's land, like Flores or Purcell, might not see somebody in 10 or 15 laps. All of a sudden, somebody flies by you. What's that going to do? And how are you going to deal with it?
Right, that's a great question. I mean, especially we're looking right now, and I mean LaPinta, he's almost a minute behind. He's in 5th. He's in 5th, man. Like, you know, and look at this fight right now we got going on between Berger and Brogdon in 11 car. Berger, it looks to me, Brogdon, like Berger's driving with his eyes both on the mirror and on the road ahead of him at the same time.
Yeah, I think he's doing what I like to call the chameleon. He's looking one eye in the mirror, one eye on the road. But I mean, these guys have been kind of doing an accordion effect. Brogdon was up front. Whoa, Brogdon gets really loose. Holy cow, good save by Brogdon there.
Yeah, that's been huge slip right there. You saw how much time he gave up to the 2 car right there of Jeremy Berger. But the good news is he stayed on track, didn't go off course, and didn't hit anything. So that's going to work out for him. He'll be okay. He really meant once. He can do it again. He's only a couple seconds behind him right now. And as we watch on screen, he's actually already pulling him back in. You know, Brogdon is kind of a sleeper at these road courses. Like I'm straining my brain right now, trying to remember how well he did at the other 2 road courses we've been to. Don't have enough right off the top of my head, but as you see tonight, he's not doing too bad. He's back here in 3rd. You know, granted, he is 10 seconds behind Eckert in 1st right now, but still, to be running 3rd at Nurburgring and keep it between the lines, that's probably a win in my book.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's been able to keep the car, for the most part, under him and run some really good lap times. I mean, being 3rd right now, only about a second off of 2nd, and he's been able to catch back up to him time and time again, as Masadi, I think, got off track a little bit. This mid-pack is an interesting kind of bunch right now. Everybody's starting to get spread out, but Masadi's struggling on some of these tighter turns as we see him go almost off the track right there.
It's easy to fall asleep here. I mean,
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. I mean, this is, you know, when you don't have anybody to race against, and you know, you're not a road racer most of the time. You're racing ovals. I find that you can get hypnotized into just losing focus really easy. I call it falling asleep here at a road course. But God knows I've done it enough.
Yeah, and I just received word. There he is. Hamilton is back 5 laps down. Really unfortunate for him, but maybe. I don't think he's going to be able to pass Flores 5 times, but he'll be able to finish. He'll be able to keep his head held high.
Well, a lot can happen in what 26 laps. I'm just saying a lot can happen. A couple of guys can have terminal issues. A lot of guys can have terminal issues, and wind up falling out. All he's got to do is just stay out 5 laps longer than they did. So, you know, I'm that guy, Brockton. That's me in the official races. Even if I get wrecked out early on, I'll stay in the pits, let my truck or car or whatever get repaired, and I'll get back out there and try and pass as many people as I can before the end of the race, because two things are going to happen. Your SR, for starters, won't be as bad as it would if you just quit completely, right? Because you got to get those laps in, get those clean laps in for it to count. And in the meantime, on pit road, we've got Stefan Purcell in the 57 car. I'm not sure if this is a scheduled pit stop or if he's just done with this. We're going to find out here shortly.
I think this is scheduled. He's probably going to break this into thirds, lap 13, lap 26, and then hopefully get to the end here.
Okay. Yeah,
as
look,
we see
the
the left sides go up and the right sides are going to go up. And look at this battle on the top.
And Brogdon has caught Berger again, trying to pass him on the outside as it comes to that last turn right down the front stretch. Now it's going to be a drag race all the way down the front stretch to see who gets down that turn and can outbreak the other guy. Right now, it's on Berger. He's in a good spot right here.
Oh, and we're going to have the 39.
Oh, a guy coming out of the pit at the same time. Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Not the 39, the 57.
Oh, look at those brakes just screaming on.
Holy cow.
I'm back under him right here. Man, look at this fight. What a fight.
What a fight and what a battle.
Look at him smoking those tires. Look at this coming under him right here. Brogdon, the 11 car. Gonna try and, oh, wow, what a fight. This is so good right here. Oh, a little off track right there. It's going to mess his grip up as he comes back on track. Ducks right behind him, coming down to the next left-hander right here.
This is an insane battle as we're coming through this long right-hander down a very long straightaway. This is going to be interesting to see if Brogdon can maybe peek to the inside. Not going to get there on this side. Berger just screeching that right side tire. I'm looking back at the Red Bull Ring stats, and Berger finished 4th and Brogdon finished 5th.
Berger's off track.
These guys have battled before. Again. Oh my!
He's got his mind so focused on Brogdon right now, and he's just blowing his marks.
He's pinching him off the track. As we're looking at this, is Brogdon's view of Berger on the bottom of your screen. This is an insane battle as we're coming into a crucial part of the course. Berger has to focus in on here as a huge dive. They're gonna make contact.
Oh, I knew that was coming. Oh, he's way off course as Brogdon.
Oh man.
But look at that left side damage he's got now. Kind of can't help. And look, Berger's off course again.
Berger's off the track.
Same spot where he went off. He's going down pit road. Yeah, they're all pitting. Here we go. Eckert's on pit road also.
Everybody coming down pit road. Lap 14. Oh my goodness. And who's that in front of him?
That's Eckert, our leader.
Possibly? No, Eckert just pulled down pit road. It's the 8 of Flores.
Okay, you're right. Yep, I see that. You're right.
And if I know we've got pit stops going on, but maybe we could see a replay of that incident through 13 and 14 there. Excuse me, not through 12. That was crazy. It's almost like, oh, weird connection issues in the pit. I thought he quit. I was like, what?
I thought he just off that forward for a second there. I'm like, uh-oh. Was he that upset about it? Come on.
Oh, and look at that. Brogdon took the faster pair, as you see on the right side of your screen, as we're looking at an instant replay here. Just, oh, man. And he locked the front brakes up on that. That was incredible. The very next
corner coming out of this right here, boom. Berger just blew through that corner.
You think that was deliberate? I mean, you're already slowing down to come into the pit road.
Yeah, that's possible.
Could have made up some time.
I saw a few of them doing that in practice. I ain't gonna lie. Some of them were doing that in practice. And I was like, at first I was like, why do they keep doing that? Brogdon's still on pit road. It's showing Brogdon. My timing says Brogdon's still on pit road.
So does the timing.
Did he get a speeding penalty? He got a speeding penalty.
Oh my goodness. How is that even possible? He came in right behind him.
Don't know. Maybe he sped in a certain section. I don't know. That was a 55-second pit stop, and as you said, he took his fast repair, so you know it wasn't for repairs. I'm pretty sure that was a 40-second speeding penalty. That's what it normally is for the Cup Series, 40-second speed.
He's all the way down to 5th now, 10 seconds behind Brooker.
Oh, Berger tried to give it to him. Oh, okay, and it was probably just a miscommunication, I'm guessing. From race control, that little incident we saw there was Berger trying to give the shot to, or the spot to Brogdon, I guess, from what we're being told. And it looked like maybe there was a miscommunication there, and one guy ran over the other one, which is unfortunate, but it happens. But that speeding penalty is going to kill him. So now he's got to make up almost 45 seconds of time. Oh, no, I'm sorry,
That's
39 seconds of time. Yeah, that's going to be tough, man. But they do have another pit stop to go. And we did cover that. So, you know, we'll see how it works out for him. But, man, that's just crazy. That was so crazy how that went down right there.
Just a weird, unfortunate turn of events for the number 11. But it's always good when you make a mistake like that and only lose one spot.
Well, Purcell's back on pit road again. All right, folks, we're going to take a commercial break real quick. Now the pit stops have kind of cycled through. And when we come back, we'll continue more of this fun for you as we watch Brogdon go off track again right there. So stay tuned. We shall return.
There are moments that surprise and delight the mind and the senses. Introducing Sound Art, the world's first truly customizable, concealed, flat panel art speaker system. A revolutionary combination of incredible sound delivered from your most meaningful pictures. When art and technology intersect, there is a seamless blend of creativity and function.
Come alive in the streetlight, pulling at the stars in the moonlight. Every time I feel you close.
With Sound Art, anyone can print their own artwork or pick from numerous licensed artwork that we have. The possibilities are limitless. Enjoy beautiful and amazing sound throughout your home. The entire surface of your artwork generates incredibly robust sound. Sound Art is elegantly hidden behind a high-grade, textured canvas wrap, bringing together the best of sound and art. This innovative design allows for a truly invisible, high-fidelity sound experience without bulky speakers. For licensors and other businesses, we are capable of producing thousands of units per day.
We're using the highest quality materials to give you the best product available in the market. Everywhere you look, there's always art. What I like so much about Sound Art, that you could just pair it and play.
Ansia, your art never sounded so good.
This is iRacing, the world's premier online racing game. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat to experience today's newest form of competitive motorsport, virtual racing, all from your home PC. Race virtually in endorsed series from NASCAR, IndyCar, IMSA, the World of Outlaws, Aussie Supercars and more. Take on legendary circuits like Daytona, Silverstone and the Nurburgring. Join iRacing's global online racing community and get on track today at iracing.com.
And welcome back to the LSRTV production of L-TAC's Tucson Sound Art Next Gen Cup Series here at Nurburgring. We are on lap number. I'm
16.
sorry, I've got no video. I've got no video.
That's okay.
Brockton, you gonna take over from me for a minute? I'm gonna solve my technical issues. Dun dun dun. I'll be right back.
All right, we're on lap number 16 of 39 right now. The number 90 car is still leading. He's led almost every lap after a brief interruption, I guess, from Hamilton. Eckert still putting down some amazing lap times. Before the break, you saw the pit stops, the first round of pit stops of this event. Two big things that had happened. Brogdon did get a penalty, but he's back up into third place. I think Brooker actually had stayed out longer, got all those positions, and then unfortunately had to go back down pit road. As we're watching the leader make his way through lap traffic, passing the rookie of Ames to put him one lap down. The next car he'll be passing is going to be the number 49 of Masadi in about probably this lap.
Yeah, he is definitely cutting through the field right now. We have 7 cars left on the lead lap. Berger in second place, 25 seconds behind him. Brogdon, like you said, back up to third place, a minute behind our leader. Eckert about 26 seconds or so behind Berger. And barring a full course caution, which I 100% don't think is going to happen tonight, unless race control Nolan gets bored and decides to throw one anyway, just to bunch things back up. I doubt he'll do that. But just some quick notes real quick from race control. Purcell blew his motor. He downshifted too quickly. That's why he had to get back on pit road. I believe I don't know if he's still in the race or not. I don't have live timing up right now.
He is.
He is back in the race. He took a fast repair. Okay.
Yeah.
And Nate Brooker got a speeding penalty. He was doing 46 miles an hour on the exit, which is 11 miles an hour, excuse me, faster than he was supposed to be going. Shame on you, Brooker. So Brooker lost all that room all that ground that he gained there. He's given up because of a speeding penalty. So we're back to kind of where we were before everything went to poop on me. I don't know what happened there, man. We came back from commercial and I saw race cars and then I saw nothing.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a odd buffer happening while the second ad was rolling, but it seems like everything settled down as we're watching the 33 of who is that? Robert
Pattengale. Robert Pattengale.
Pattengale.
And you know, I think that was just Mason telling me that I need to wake up. That's one of his new toys. As we see Pattengale, he's trying to get himself around the 40 of Nathaniel Ames. If we could focus on that 40 car for a second, Mason. Watch, as I've seen this a couple times with him, he's really smoking some tires. As we go down this long front stretch right here, kind of a downhill run to the next turn, as we're riding along in the little right-hand corner with Pattengale in the 33. Now watch Ames right here. He's starting to check up a lot earlier right there. He checked up a lot earlier than Pattengale thought it was going to. And Pattengale locked him up, and that's going to cost Pattengale some time now. As he lost a spot. He lost a spot.
No, that was Hamilton.
Oh, that's Hamilton going by him?
Yeah.
Okay. But we're watching Ames get this. See right there? You see
there he is.
He's smoking those tires a lot, and boy, he really swings out wide right there. But he's not the only one doing that. But I just, I saw that, and I'm wondering, like, how much, Brockton, do you think that's affecting the tire wear on these cars?
Well, John, it does affect it quite a lot. It heats them up, it flat spots them, as we're going to see. The difference between a top 3 driver and a mid-pack driver, as Hamilton breathing down the neck of Ames.
He's got to be real careful right here getting around Ames. He doesn't want to cause himself any more issues. He's already 5 laps down.
Ames is going to send himself off to the high side. Let him go. Just let him go, Nathaniel.
Yeah, he's like, please go by all means. Get away from me.
We've got to think about where Nathan's come from. Nathan came from the Truck Series, which is a heavier, more hit the brakes, get the nose down, and get it settled. With these load cells, the bigger brakes, it's a lot harder to get your braking points down. The front brakes are heating up a lot more than he's probably expecting, which is making these brakes become less and less effective. So he's got to kind of adapt to a lot of different things that he hasn't had to adapt to before. Every lap the track changes, and if I was him, I'd stay as close to Hamilton as possible, because you're going to see some pretty fast laps out of Hamilton.
Yeah, you saw, it's funny you mentioned that. You talk about the track changing. Earlier, I'd say it was about lap maybe 9 or 10. I don't remember what lap it was, but it got really dark, cloud cover. The track temperature swung 11 degrees cooler for that one lap. That's an insane drop for track temp to go that quick. But hey, we are in Germany. So there's that. I like that track overlay. Bring that thing back, man.
That was cool. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I see
it's
that.
It's a little cut off, but it's all right. It just shows you how spread out and how large this track is. I mean, the 11 there coming onto that little kink on your lower right-hand screen, about to go over that red dot. That's third place.
Third place driver, man.
And the number 2 car going through that little carousel section in the infield portion in the center of that map, that's second. Just how large this field's spread out. And then you can't even see the 90 car. The 90 car down in that poking
yeah,
up right
down there in that loop that we
there.
can see right now. Yeah, he'll be coming up
Here he
here in a
comes.
minute. Yeah. You know what this reminds me of? Not really reminds me of, but I mean, like, I know me, and I know how bored I get on races like this when I'm in the car. I'd be that guy that's humming or singing to myself right about now. Did you ever see that movie? What was it? Driven with Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember when he was humming to himself while he was, driving the car on the course, picking up the quarters with the right tire?
Yep.
Yeah, that would be me, man. Just and then you'd see me parked off on the beach somewhere with the lawn chair next to the car. I've done had it, fellas. I'm out. You're still watching Nathaniel Ames right here. Still working, just doing what he can do, man. He's just, hitting his turns, hitting his marks, just kind of holding on to it. He's running 8th right now. Great top 10 running for him. Thank you for fixing that. There you go. Mason got it fixed for us there, Brock.
Go.
And you see how much of the track was missing for a second there. I mean, wow. And look at that. 11 car is literally by himself at half of the track.
Yeah, and the leader just passed the start-finish line. 11 car on the furthest point of the track from that.
He's just really out there all by himself, man. And then we have this little gaggle of cars, the 40 cars back there, the 33, the 3. You got a 2 of Berger back there, the 57. That's like one.
Oh, we got a car.
The 49.
Whoa. Yeah, that 49 car. Can we get a possible view of the 49? He's still off track.
Oh yeah, he's still off track. Yeah, he went way out there in the stand.
Yeah, his dot made a little dance across the track. Look at that skid mark all the way down. And whoa, who's that coming in?
Is there oil on the track? Is that the problem we've got?
Brakes just stopped working.
Look, I can't wait until they come out with rain
possibly the 92 of Barret Uphold flashing across our screen there. Holy cow.
This is Stefan Purcell. He is a couple laps down. Let's see. Yeah, he's 2 laps down, but he also had to take that fast break just to get his motor fixed because he downshifted at the wrong spot, which hurts the motor just a wee bit. Apparently blew it. And yeah, man, you make these motors angry, they're gonna let you know. They'll spill oil everywhere.
Yeah, these sequential shifters are great until you try to be an F1 driver and go from 5th to 1st in 100 yards.
Don't even talk to me about that, dude. Well, I'm a permanent sequential shifter now because my old faithful G27 wheel and shifter gave up on me, right?
Oh no.
So I bought me a Fanatec wheel and pedal set, but I couldn't afford to throw the shifter in there because that's not cheap, you know? So I've been using paddles, and man, I tell you what, I forgot how difficult road course racing can be with paddles. I don't know how those guys do it, man, because I've shot through the wrong gear so many times, it's not even funny.
Absolutely. This is a nice little battle here, this 3 or 4 car battle. Masadi, Pentigay, and is that Brooker right behind him?
There too, yeah, Brooker's back there. They were all together for a brief moment of time there. I'm not sure if when Musati got off track, he kind of threw everybody off around him because they all kind of slowed down to let him back on there. But it's been interesting, just in the fact that these guys have, we've seen some really close battling for a while there, but it's, nobody's really intentionally wrecked anybody. We saw that little oopsie bump between Brogdon and Berger earlier, but as race control pointed out, they were communicating to each other that Berger was going to let him go by, but they just did it the wrong part of the track and they got together. So there was a little bit of miscommunication there. But wow, did you see Musai smoke those tires as he caught Ames right there coming down that long turn right there in that long straight?
Jeez. Yeah, and then we're probably coming to a pit stop here, I'd say in the next 3 or 4 laps.
Well, most of them came down on what, lap 13 or 14?
Lap 14, but you're kind of in the middle of this run trying to figure out what your car's doing. Maybe you like your car on older tires. If you are one of those people, you're crazy, but
from the tire guy, a real life tire guy. Hey, I'm not listening, folks. I'm guessing you learned a lot this last couple of weeks doing that job you did, didn't you?
Just a little bit. I mean, if I'm some of these guys that really struggle on older tires, I'm gonna bite the bullet and I'm gonna stay on these old tires as far as my fuel will let me go, and then I will have those fresher tires at the end to maybe hold off somebody or possibly make a pass, especially if I'm maybe Ames and Uphold.
Oh, that's a hard hit right there.
Masadi.
Yeah, that was Masadi with a heavy contact in the inside barrier there. We can go back and get a look at that and see what happened exactly as we see him getting back on track. Finally, is that Hamilton? No, that's Purcell. That's Hamilton. No, that's Purcell. Excuse me.
That's Purcell.
That's Purcell catching right there.
That's 2 laps in a row that Mercedes had a big off, and that one caused some damage.
As we see Bolt's Paw presents his replay right here, coming down through this little turn right here, little hitch to the right as they come around, getting ready to come back up to the front stretch, and he comes through that turn and gets off track and gets loose, and hello wall. Now on second look, we see this the second time. I don't think he did that much damage to it. Let's get a close look at that front end. No, it's not that bad.
It's a little crinkled, but it shouldn't be too bad.
You know,
yeah, that was coming off of turn 7 there.
My main concern for him would be overheating possibly. You know, that's about the only thing I think you need to be worried about. But again, the damage doesn't look too bad right there. And he's definitely putting more space now between himself and Purcell back there as he goes off track one more time.
Again.
I think that last one rattled him. I think that's what's going on right here.
I mean, I want to see what happened a couple laps ago coming into turn 1. I know it's pretty far back, but that just felt like it was a really long slide. I think he's really struggling with overheating his tires. Those things are going to be slick and hard to deal with, as we're going to maybe get to see that. Just looks like it all by himself coming across the line here. Coming into turn 1, he ends up in the gravel and just locks it all the way up. That big slide right there.
Brake. Yeah, look at that brake rotor.
Into the wall again. So he hit the wall twice.
No, he hit his wall. He got stopped right there.
He did? Ooh,
yeah, he got stopped.
Lucky on that one.
Yes, he did. But man, did you see those rotors? I mean, those things are bright.
Those front tires are killed at this point. 2 big slides, a long slide locking up the front tires. So that's going to be a real struggle for the rest of the way, especially if he's going to try to make it to...
Pattengale has reeled in Ames right here. We watch this battle for 8th place right here. Ames has it. Pattengale wants it. Now, as I say that, of course, Pattengale has a little mishap back there in that turn, and he's going to give up some ground to Ames. But yeah, he had reeled him in, was pretty close to his back bumper right there. And you know, Ames, the rookie, as we call it, not really a rookie. I mean, he's been doing this for a while, but this is his 4th race in the Cup Series as he came up through the ranks of the Truck Series. Hey, Brockton, I have a question for you.
What's your question?
Do you know about Tucson Sound Art?
No, I know a little bit about him, but why don't you tell the folks at home a little
Well, I think I will. Tucson Sound Art introduces an entirely new and enjoyable way to listen to the music in your home. Uploading and making your own images and pictures into Sound Art is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Everyone who looks at the picture will wonder where the great sound is coming from. A single charge will last days and gives you the ability to go truly wireless with no power cables. Sound Art looks good in any room in the house, from the front room to the bathroom. The speakers are powered by batteries and receive audio via a Bluetooth connection, meaning nobody will even know that the art they're looking at is actually producing the sound they're hearing. Tucson Sound Art. Oh, we got to spin as I read this off. Logan Hamilton has spun once again. Let me break it down for you, folks. Tucson Sound Art, some pretty cool stuff. You can do a lot of things with a picture and music and sounds. It doesn't have to be music. Look, man, if you want to play a prank on somebody, put one of these things in the bathroom with a recorded message and watch what happens. But anyway, if it sounds like something you want to look into, check them out over at www.tucsonsoundart.com. That's www.tucsonsoundart.com. Give them a check out. Also, as we've touched on a couple of times tonight, Brockton, you and I, if you folks out there watching this are pretty interested in getting involved, first thing you need to do, if you're not already a member of iRacing, go to iRacing.com and sign up. You've got a few options there as far as subscriptions go. You can do it monthly, you can do it every 3 months, I think, and then annually. And then once you get that done, head over to the iRacing League page and look for L-TAC Racing League Truck Series. Once you're there, put a request in, and what happens is Nolan will take a look at that request, take a look at you, and invite you into the Truck Series. If you run with them long enough, right now I think they're in the middle of a 25-week schedule that runs alongside the Cup Series every week. So you do good over there, and they'll invite you to come over here in the Cup Series, like this guy right here in the 40 car, Nathaniel Ames. Nathaniel's been with these guys now in the Cup Series for 4 weeks. He came up through that Truck Series, and he's having a blast, he says. He talks to me every once in a while, shoots me a little message on the messenger here in Discord. By the way, Mason, he has requested a few times that we talk about the back markers more. So here we go. We're doing it, Nathan. Right here, we're talking about the back markers. But you're not really a back marker, buddy. Right now, you're running an eighth. So, folks, that's what you need to do. Go over to the L-TAC Truck Racing League page, sign up there, and be a part of the action here at L-TAC. And then I will make fun of you two one night over the air.
Oh, man.
Making fun of anybody. Look, man, I'm that guy that if I feel like we need some laughter, I'm going to do something silly like, call up Arnold one day and see if Arnold wants to be a part of the broadcast. Have you been here for that, Brockton?
I don't think I have, but one thing I want to touch on.
Rolling on the floor.
Oh, dear. Nathaniel always kind of bashes on us after the race that we don't talk to the guys that are, further in the back. Part of me wants to drag him up here and just have us take him, or
he goes
have him
off
take us through a lap. Yeah, I think this would be a perfect time for a mid-race interview. What do you think?
I think you're absolutely right. Nathan, this is John up in the booth. You got your ears on, buddy.
Hey, John, how you doing?
Well, we're watching you fight with Robert Pattengale right now. I know this is probably a bad time to do this to you, but we wanted to get your thoughts. We're going to let you deal with this for a second. Oh, don't spit it out. No. Oh, no. This is our fault.
Is this real-time commentator's curse?
I think so. This was a real-time commentator's curse.
I don't mind it. I was coming a few laps.
How you doing, Nathaniel?
I'm hanging in there, trying to anyways.
What are your thoughts on Nurburgring, man? All joking aside, this is a very difficult track, my friend. This is only your fourth race here in the Cup Series. It's tough, isn't it?
In the next-gen car, yes. I love this track in GT and Formula racing. But it's definitely a challenge with something that has no grip and no aero.
Absolutely. Well, look, man, I apologize if we caused you to lose a spot there, but I think you got the skill to get it done and get back up there and get it back, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
And man, I don't think I'm ever going to do that again. I'm sorry. I might do it under caution, but I am never going to do that to a driver again when he's got to fight for position on track, and now he's lost that. Man, gosh, I feel so bad.
In our defense, he did ask for it.
He did, but damn, man. The guy wrecked because I was talking to him.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. I think I owe him a paint job now, I guess, at least, right?
I guess so.
If you go back and watch this, Nathaniel, you send me a personal message through Facebook. Or go to Raging Cajun Graphics and Wraps on Facebook. That's my page. Shoot me a private message, man. I will paint you a car for free because that one's on me, dude. I feel bad now.
Oh, it made good TV.
Mason, buddy, you should have never given me the power.
Don't put this on the producer.
44 of Sean Deal. He's really made some great spots. He's fighting with a 13 of LaPinta right now. Sean's in fifth. LaPinta's in fourth. Sean wants to move up that spot there, Brockton. Let's take a look at him as he tries to make his way around Mario here.
Yeah, as we're going through this, Brogdon and pit road a little earlier than I expected. 14 to go, so I expect people to come down maybe this time or next time. The 13 and the 44 going after it, coming through 17, or turn number 15, excuse me. Last corner. I think Sean might be able to get it done here as, look out, here comes the leader right behind him. They got to be very careful.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Eckert has been just dicing his way through this field so quick right here. And man, I tell you what.
Look at this.
Oh, LaPinta burns it through the turn. He gives the spot to Sean. Anyway, I saw Sean back way off.
That's what I was saying. Sean saw that coming, I think.
He did. I think he saw into the future right there. So he's going to blow it right here. I'm going to back off a little bit. So as we see that, Deal goes by LaPinta. So move Deal up in fourth, LaPinta back to fifth. And like you said, right there through that same turn, there's our leader, Johnny Eckert, who we really, folks, we're sorry we haven't talked about him so much because he's got a 37-second lead over the guy in second right now. Johnny's in a world. Maybe we should pull him into the booth. What do you think? No, we're not going to do that anymore. No. I wouldn't do that.
Lucky draw too. So
and he's a lucky draw. You're right. He's got a lot on the line here. Not only if he wins this race, so of course he gets the bonus for winning the race. I don't know if they do a bonus I think they do. I don't know if they do a bonus for leading the most laps, but he's done that obviously. And then he gets the 3 extra points if he wins the race. Now, of course, that we wind all that up for him. Something's going to happen, and he's going to get the jinx.
I mean, with 38 seconds, I really think he could do just about anything and probably be okay.
Oh, Pattingale having a little issue there.
I know we just cut away from him, but Sean Deal has come from dead last up to 4th. He is up 10 positions, folks. The biggest move.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Pattingale burns it into the wall right there. I think he's had enough. I think he's got all.
Look out.
No, he hasn't.
Hey, Ames got that position back, so don't feel too bad.
Yeah, he got one of those spots back. He was in 7th.
He only lost one. No, he
Oh, is Brogdon back on pit road again?
I believe so.
Uh-oh. Don't tell him he got another speeding penalty.
Oh, man.
Oh, if he got another speeding penalty on exit, that's going to blow.
It might have been a exit violation. He might have blended too early.
Yeah, that too. Anything, I mean, this is obviously not good as he's in pit road now, and he's definitely not taking, oh, wow, who is this we're watching? We're riding along with LaPinta right here. LaPinta's all over the place.
Whew.
Wow.
Sean Deal moves up to 3rd now, and there goes the leader by LaPinta.
So that was a 16-second stop for Brogdon, and all he did was take fuel? No, I think that was a penalty. It had to be one of those 15-second penalties. Let's see what the race controls got for us here. 4 total tires for tonight, and Brogdon did get bopped for speeding on exit. 15-second stop under green. I tell you what, poor Jeff, man. He's having a rough night. He really is. And Nolan, if you could pass along our condolences to Ames, I'd appreciate that, man. I really feel bad for what happened.
I think he recovered quite well. I think.
He has. I mean, like I said, he's actually got one of the faster cars on track. If you look at the lap times, he'll make
watch out, her leader.
Wow. Did he lock him up right there? Did he lock him up, man?
Hey, man, he's got to keep his eyes on the prize here. He's got 12 to go. He's trying to lap 3rd. Could we get the whole field a lap down by the end of this race?
That's possible. I mean, Berger's only 43 seconds. Berger's only, what, a minute and 15 seconds ahead of him at this point in time with 12 laps to go.
Still got a pit stop.
Yeah. And, I mean, look at this fight that Deal's giving him right here. Deal does not want to
go
a lap down. He's going to do it anyway. I think Deal finally just went ahead and pulled over, let him go right there. But look at the gap that Sean's put between himself and the 13 of LaPinta. That's a pretty big gap right there. And now we got a split screen right here as we're watching the leader make his way through the field. And back here in the back, we're watching, I can't tell who that is. Is that the 3?
It's Nate Brooker.
Okay, because Brooker's
just came off pits. Yeah, he just came out of pit road. Leader coming down pit road.
Oh, leader's on pit road, yeah.
With 11 laps to go when he crosses the line. And it looks like
it'll be his final pit stop, and behind him we got somebody else coming in. I can't tell who that is. It looks like LaPinta in the 13. Yeah, it's LaPinta.
Yeah, LaPinta and then Flores both come down pit road with the leader. Deal and Berger still out on track. Last time they came in was lap 14. Leaders are in at lap 26 here.
This will be Brogdon's chance to possibly make up some ground on these guys in front of him.
Yeah, I agree. And we're seeing a couple of modifieds up here. The 49, no hood, and the 33, no hood or nose, I believe, on that car.
Yeah,
man, look at fresh tires.
Just blows right by him, yeah.
By. Exactly.
Yeah. And that's a danger too, is you got to be careful on your, when you're approaching these slower cars and you got those fresh. I think Pattingale just blew through another turn there.
Oh, jeez. The Berger down pit road. Berger just coming down pit road.
So that's going to leave Sean Deal, Barrick Uphold, and Nathaniel Ames still on track that need to pit. There's Berger.
I would say everybody's going to be coming down this time here. I think Deal and Uphold and Ames will all be coming down.
Yeah, I agree. They have to. I mean, they can't. They've all been out there for about 14, 15 laps.
Oh, now. Watch out, the 3.
Oh,
is he
my
stuck
goodness.
in the
He
wall?
is impaled on the wall.
Stuck in the wall.
Is that going to bring the caution down, you think?
I don't think so. I think that's just
He's going to have to take a tow, though.
Night.
He's going to have to take a tow, and that's going to suck on this track.
Oh, man.
Was it like a 10-minute tow?
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
He's on pit road now, so we'll just keep an eye on the time that he's on pit road, because what happens, folks, in iRacing is, it's top count this time.
Oh, he left.
He said, "The heck with it, I'm done." Fine. I can't blame him, because I'm thinking, I mean, a tow here has got to be at least 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's just a really unfortunate thing to see. You know, physics aren't perfect sometimes, and that's just a
True. This is true. Now,
one of those
I'm wondering,
deals.
are those rookie stripes we're seeing on Eckert's car?
You know, wow.
Oh, so
It's
he's
his
also a
first race.
Oh, so he came up for the trucks also, Mason? I did not realize that. Well, hey, maybe we get some clarification from Nolan up in race control. But man, the guy with rookie stripes just blowing this field away right now, man. I did not realize. I mean, this is the first time we've really focused on the back end of his car. So I did, I saw the yellow highlights up on the front of the car. I didn't realize it was, on the back too. But that's impressive. He's obviously been here before, though. I mean, let's be honest here. You don't get around this track this good, not ever having been here before.
Yeah, you think he's run a couple laps? Now this is going to be big with 10 to go here. Brogdon and Lapinta both got back by Deal. Deal's in 5th. Looks like
just got pits now.
Uphold just in the pits. Everybody has now cycled through the pits after this lap is completed. It looks like Deal is about 30 seconds behind Brogdon.
And I'm looking at the timing. Brogdon is real close to being the next one to go a lap down.
Yeah, and this will be really interesting to see how this kind of mid-pack from 3rd to 5th shakes out, as we're focusing on the 33, who's had a little bit of a tough battle today with the wall, trying to get Ames again.
And I tell you, that car looks like it's running a lot better now. He's removed some sheet metal from it. Okay. We're getting it from our producer that Eckert has come through some other. Oh, Pattengale tried to spit it out one more time there. Came up through the All-American ARCA League as well. So he's definitely got some time under his belt driving some cars. So this is really impressive outing for the rookie Johnny Eckert in the 90 car. Right now, a 45.97 second lead over Berger in second place. Only 3 cars left on the lead lap. We kind of saw this coming tonight, though, Brockton, just from watching practice.
Yeah, and I really think that Hamilton really had something for him.
Off track, big time.
Ooh. It's unfortunate that... No, it's okay. And Ames is off track as well. Ames big off there.
Yeah, look at his tracks right there.
He loses a couple.
There's a lot of runoff room back there. You leave the track right there. Look at that.
Yeah. Woo. Can we possibly get a view of what happened there? He might have. I don't know. Him and the 33 were close. I don't know if he had help or if he just misjudged that.
We're gonna get Bolt's poppers just replay and find out right here.
Oh, the 33 was way
right
behind.
There. Yeah, he's.
Oh wow.
He just got off track right there. Just ran out of brakes. I'm wondering if maybe we're not seeing some brake fade here. Good Lord, he missed that. He barely missed that wall, didn't he?
He got lucky on that one. It puts him at 9th place right now, which, that's not bad. He's still
top 10
position.
Yeah, still getting himself a top 10 here, which is what he wants.
If you come home in a positive position, it's a good thing. And he's going to bring it down pit road.
Is this his final pit stop? Yes, it is actually.
It will be his final pit stop.
So he held on as long as he could with them old tires. Those are old tires too. He last pitted on lap 14.
He did exactly what I was talking about doing, waiting as long as you can possibly go. Now he's going to be able to go as hard as he can for 9 laps with the freshest tires on the track. Masadi and Robert Pettigale both in pit as well. So they're all going to be right around the same pace. So that 7th through 9th is going to be a very interesting battle as we see Masadi drop down, and it looks like Berger on a little bit of blinking maybe with Berger trying to get into that long carousel. Number 40 down and away is going to be, I believe, he's a little closer to Pentagal and a little closer to Masadi. About 13 seconds in between all of them.
In the meantime, we're under 10 to go. I just realized that we got 8 laps to go here, and we're still going strong, dude. Still going smooth. We've got we started this race, folks, with 14 drivers. Mr. Brooker, Mr. Stone both checked out and parked the cars and said they'd had enough of this Germany stuff. They're gonna go eat some schnitzel and watch the race from the pits, I guess. And in the meantime, one of our stronger, let's just do a recap real quick. You know, Mr. Packard, we had a really strong car in Logan Hamilton. He was really the only guy out there that was able to give Eckert a run for his money. Unfortunately, he dropped connection and was gone for a total of about 5 laps. And he did come back in, but he's still 5 laps down. But he is one of the faster cars on track. I do want to point that out. He's been running some really fast pace times there, pretty much same as the leader. So we watch this fight between Purcell and Pattengale right now. Purcell is actually 2 laps down compared to the car of Pattengale. Mr. Purcell had engine trouble, so that's another part of a recap as well. He downshifted a little too hard, going down into a turn a little too far there, blew his motor, had to get towed back and repaired. Got that done, but he's still 2 laps down. Flores is 3 laps down, and as we were touching on earlier, Hamilton's 5 laps down. And oh my goodness, Hamilton has spun and done a donut, and I hope he's going the right way. Is he going the right way?
He's going the right way.
Okay, it's hard to tell sometimes. I really don't know, man. But yeah, so it's just been an eventful night for a lot of these guys. Really, Eckert's the only one out there who hasn't had a whole lot of mishaps, you know. But he is pretty much on his own lap. I mean, he's just he's got a 40-second lead over Berger right now, and then it's another couple seconds back to Brogdon. So it's just been, you know, his night. The rookie Johnny Eckert really showing the way tonight as we keep our eyes right here on Logan Hamilton in that 12 car. Now, we talked about points, Brockton. Why don't you go over that with the folks real quick, what we're looking at as far as points and where the top 5 in points are standing right now.
Yeah, the points right now are going to be a little interesting to see how they play out after the race, but our points leader of Matt Rucci did not show up today. Jeremy Berger in that number 2 is sitting in 2nd place. He is the 2nd place car. He's only 35 points behind the leader, so that could maybe shorten his lead by quite a bit. As we're watching the 44 track down that 13. Speaking of number 44, he is sitting in, where is he? I just saw him. He's sitting in 10th in points right now, and he's only 3 points behind Tyler Granat. And Granat, I do not believe, is in this field tonight.
He did not
so
show up.
he will overtake him, and then LaPinta, whoa, passing the grass. Our leader's off the track.
Whoops daisy. But hey, he's got such a huge cushion right here. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe he just had a
He tried to pull a pass through the grass there, I think.
Yeah, and look, he's wiggling the car to get the tires cleaned off because they do pick up grass now, and gravel and all that. You do come back on track with dirty tires, which, as you know, Brockton, affects the grip levels that you have on track. So, but at the same time that happened, something happened to Berger too, because Berger all of a sudden lost a good, 14, 15 seconds to Eckert as we were watching Eckert's issue. So I don't know if maybe we can bring that up and take a look at what happened to Berger, Mason, if you can. I'm not sure you can. But I would love to know, because it looked to me like maybe Berger had an off-track incursion as well about the same time. Yeah, look at here.
A little kind of Scandinavian flick there. Oh,
yeah, I called it, didn't I?
There he goes.
Something happened to him.
Having some fun.
And that happened almost the exact same time Eckert had his issue, because I'm watching Eckert sit there, you know, barely moving, but all of a sudden his gap between him and Berger was getting bigger. I'm like, wait, that's not right. What happened here? You know?
Yeah, this is such an interesting race, more of an analytical rather than the racing craft itself. But I won't say that it's not been a boring race, because here we've got Deal and LaPinta basically half a second in between them, and these guys have been battling all night.
They have. They really, really have. Back and forth with these two. And where did Lapinta go? Lapinta went off track.
Lapinta went off track.
Wow.
That's the second time that's happened.
Almost the exact same spot, too, on track. Lapinta, I think, was just looking in his mirror trying to figure out where Deal was going to go and missed his turn right there. That's just a heartbreaker right there to make that kind of mistake. But now, as you see, he focuses on getting back up there to Deal. Now it's going to be up to Sean Deal not to make that same mistake, to try and stay ahead of Lapinta and keep that fourth place spot as we're coming at 6 to go. Actually, coming to 5 to go next time by.
Yeah, 5 laps to go is going to be a crucial point in this race. Make sure you have enough tire and enough gas to get to the end. Everyone should be good in both of those categories. And then it's kind of damage control. Slow yourself down. Don't make any mistakes. Make sure you keep the fenders on it and the nose on it. Just get to the end.
That's right. Just get to the end. And the end is only 6.5 laps away. But man, I'm looking at the rotors on that 90 car, and they are hot right now. They are glowing bright red as we watch them go down through these turns right here. As we see the 40 car Ames out of shape right there, not quite off track, but definitely out of shape. And that's got to be a concern for our leader, Brockton, as he's trying to make his way by him.
Absolutely, as he's gonna just let him go right here, coming into this nice little switchback. I love this part of the track. You can see the drivers that are really comfortable with it flick the car sideways and just snake their way through. As we're gonna watch on the bottom of your screen here, Lapinta going through the same exact place in the track. Let's see how he handles it. Slams it down to third, left, right. Careful up, back, up through the gears, down to second here, through turn 15. Ooh, car gets a little light off the exit of that corner, and he's flying down this front straightaway. I wonder, I'm not sure what the top speed around here is, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was somewhere in the upper 150s.
You know what? I would love to know that myself, to be honest with you. I mean, there's a couple of stretches here that are so long, and downhill at that, these guys are going to get a lot of speed built up going downhill. We're watching the 90 up top, and down below we're on board with the 13 of Mario Lapinta as he is trying to catch back up to the 44 of Sean Deal. They traded spots about 2 laps ago, or a lap ago, excuse me, because it's only lap 5 to go and 6 to go when it happened. Man, these lap times are just killing me. I mean, so much happens in one lap here, you know.
Oh, speaking of,
wow,
look
way
out!
off track. Hard contact right there. I mean, he is way down there. And then after that contact, he's still got to give up time because he's got to slow down right there. Man, that was fun to watch from inside though.
Yeah, that was a helmet cam for you guys there. That was a little bit more than a couple people wanted to see. But as we were talking about
that turn.
Yeah. 5 laps to go. That's still 15.5 miles to go. This track length is 3.1 miles or 5.1 kilometers in length. This is such a long track, a long lap time. Berger is about half a track behind at just under a minute between him and the leader, Eckert.
Oh, man. And I tell you, Brogdon, for a while there, was up there with Berger. You know, that's Jeff Brogdon in the 11 car we're talking about. He's still sitting third, but let's just talk about him for a minute because he's had some issues tonight. For him to still be in third is practically a miracle. He's had a couple of speeding penalties, off-track excursions. You know, he's just basically done everything he can to kill his race tonight, but still right along there in third. So let's give him a little hats off there, Brogdon. Huh?
Absolutely. Not to mention the contact between, was it him and to a Berger, correct?
Berger. Oh,
we got a car across the track.
It's Hamilton.
Oh, man.
Oh, what happened to Hamilton right there?
I think he got loose. You can kind of see his tire tracks 10 or 15 yards behind him.
Presents and replays. We watched what happens to Hamilton. Yeah, look at that. Down on that little...
4 times.
Look at he's...
Just hits that painted green area there, and look out, hold the brakes.
But see, that's the mark with an excellent driver right there. He's made a mistake, he knows it, but he's not going to blow up by compounding that mistake and pulling out in front of people. He knew there are guys coming, so he stopped right where he was and let them come by before he pulled back out on track. My hat's off to that guy right there. That was a great move, even though he just made a mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a mark of an experienced driver. I mean, it really is. There's a lot of guys that probably would have panicked right there. And, oh my God, I got to get back in here and get out there and go. And they would have pulled right out in front of that 11 car and caused a huge issue as he pulls back. He's having some issues. It's like, was he wheeling the car just did it, or was it just me?
No, he definitely slanted down to the right side of the track. That's interesting. Maybe he's just trying to test the car. Maybe he might have hurt the steering or suspension of it. I'm not quite sure.
The wheel is misbehaving on him. I know that I don't know what it is about Fanatec wheels, but on road courses, if you've got force feedback turned on, you risk having, I don't know what happens, but it's a connection between the wheel and the base itself. And your force feedback, if you go off track and it rattles it enough, it'll cut the power on the wheel. That's another reason I don't like road course. I can't turn force feedback off, dude. I gotta have it. But he's definitely having some issues. Look at this. He's just really getting into and out of the corners completely opposite of what he had been most of the night. That's the 12 car of Logan Hamilton I'm referring to. He's just having a lot of issues. I'm not sure if he's just checking the wheel out or what. He's trying to make a pass here on Pattengale. And keep in mind, folks, he's 5 laps down. Pattengale is
6 laps down now.
Yeah, 6 laps down. He's not even racing with this guy for position. He's just trying to get out there and show a point, I guess. That
he's trying to have fun at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's really tough luck that he fell out with a connection issue right there. Look at this. He's really
Whoa.
I'm not Ames on Pattengale. Definitely giving Pattengale a hard time right here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That could have been bad. That could have been real bad. He knows, at least he knows where his brake pedal.
Oh, watch out!
Oh my goodness.
What was going on there?
Pattengale locked him up, I think, getting down that left-hand turn and came right across the nose of
that was just really
Hamilton.
early.
Yeah, here we go. Watch. Let's see what happens here. Well, there's a little
bumps him here. He's on the grass. Pattengale coming down into this tight left-hander, and he just gets out from under him. That's so weird. Can we, I mean, maybe ride along with him and possibly hear the engine? Maybe we'd hear some wheel lockup. It's just a weird kind of events.
Mason's singing to us.
That's
not what he wanted either, buddy. Trust me.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna watch his RPMs here. He's coming off this corner way wide, not knowing where the 12 is. Now he sees him in that digital dash. First hit here off the track. We're still accelerating 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000.
Oh, he downshifts.
Oh, he downshifts. Oh no.
I wonder if he hurt the motor doing that. We saw that happen to Purcell earlier in this race. That's how Purcell wound up, you know, a couple laps down. As he had to take a fast repair to get his engine fixed because he downshifted. But Pattengale is still moving, so obviously he didn't blow his motor. But man, that was huge.
Yeah, that was big mistake. He lost a couple positions from that one.
Whoa! What
Nathaniel Ames gets past him. Asadi got past him.
Mason, real quick, sorry, Brock. Mason, on the timing on the left hand of the screen, is that a minute?
Yes.
Okay, I want to make sure.
A minute and 3, minute and 4.
Okay, I just want to make sure because for a second I'm like, what happened to Eckert if Berger's only a second behind him? What happened there? Oh my God, we missed something huge right there. My apologies, folks. I'm new at this Nurburgring NASCAR stuff. All right. Would have been fun though, right? I mean, then we have a race car and Berger had picked up that much speed. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness, 2 laps to go. Finally, folks, we're seeing the back end of this one. And look at who was that slewed out? Was that Berger? Yeah, it was Berger coming out of that final turn right there, the front stretch, just sliding all over the place. That is not good for your back tires.
Absolutely not. But at this point, you're just trying to. Oh, speaking of not good for tires, holy cow!
The rotor's glowing, man.
Berger, calm down. You don't need to burn the burger.
I mean, yeah, there's no chance right here that Berger's gonna. I mean, unless Eckert makes a huge mistake. So all Jeremy really needs to do, he needs to have a good night for points, right? So he needs to just, like you said, calm down. Don't drive the mirror. Just drive the track. Be calm here. Be easy. Something must be wrong with this car. Look how much he's input he's getting on the steering wheel. Left and right.
Tires, man.
Yeah.
His tires are wearing out, but you can always put the patty back on. Oh no!
I think he's trying to do this on purpose, man. I think he's bored and he's trying to drift on purpose.
Is he trying to get Brogdon back to him? trying to get that. I mean, he's got to wait 47
run him
minutes.
over.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, I bet
Brogdon's off track too.
we're gonna ask him. Okay, hey man, were you trying to drift it on purpose right there? I'm gonna ask him in the interview. You watch, because that looked like he was doing that on purpose right there.
And
Well, hey, we're on final lap. Our leader's off track a little bit there, but we're on the final lap right here, and Eckert's still out by 1 minute and 13 seconds now over Berger, 2 minutes over third place Brogdon, and they've got a lap on the rest of the field at least. So, wow, what a night.
Berger
And
has
hey,
to calm down. He's gonna end up wrecking himself.
I'm telling you, man, I think he's just bored and he's just trying to drift it a little bit.
He just got.
Yeah,
Oh,
look,
gosh. He
I'm
just
telling you,
got
that's what
3
he's
more
doing, man.
miles.
He's just
Just
drifting
get
it.
it
That's
to the
what he's
end.
doing.
Get it to the end, Berger. Come on, bud.
He's bored. I can't blame him. This track is huge.
Oh man, there's 2.5 more minutes, please. If we were running the Nordschleife, I think this would be a tough race to call.
Oh, right. Look.
Oh, he
way
cut the
off
track again. Oh dear.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
Either that or he's finally had one too many beers. I'm just saying. If he's one of those
Could
drivers.
ride along with them for a little bit, because I have a feeling
know if we
turn
want
1 is going to be fun.
Yeah. As this is his final lap as he's starting right here. He's a full minute behind Eckert, who's on the other end of the racetrack by now. And here we go.
All right, let's
He's
locking the
up.
brakes all the way up. Whoa! Look out!
Oh, Berger. He just. Oh, look at Purcell.
Whoa! Sal's having
Oh,
fun
my
with it,
goodness.
too. All right, leader coming down through turn 12, the Advin Brogan coming into the NKG chicane right here, I believe. Yep, coming down through 13 and 14. Our leader and the winner of the race here, the number 90 of Eckert, through 15. The final time tonight by 1 minute and 20 seconds. Eckert wins his first career start in the L-TAC Cup Series.
Nurburgring at that, man. My hat's off to Mr. Eckert tonight. And second place is going to be Jeremy Berger if he finishes the race without drifting himself into oblivion here.
Yeah, this is the race for second, folks. About 1 minute in between.
So here comes Berger. Just, I don't know what he's doing. I really don't, man. I'm giving up trying to figure it out.
I think it's got to be his tires. Maybe he's doing it on purpose, but that's a lot of risk.
Yeah.
Not a lot of reward from
Off
it.
track again.
Oh man, what are you pushing for? Just calm down.
I mean,
Berger
think about
coming
this.
through.
Eckert's done his donuts. He's cracking open his beers. He's done the first 3 interviews, and we're still watching second and third right now.
Yeah, he's over getting a bratwurst and a
Track one more time.
yeah.
Dude,
Just
don't they have a penalty DQ here?
I guess not.
Maybe not.
Berger crossing the line in second.
Okay, yeah, finally, here he goes.
There he
Crossing.
goes.
Look at
Yeah, there you go.
I told you, he was bored. That's all it was.
Oh yeah, I'm
He was
sold.
bored. Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
big battle in here. This is a battle for position here between the 44 and the 13.
But is it though? I mean, they're
Yes, it is.
down. No, it's not.
Whoa,
Oh, they're
Masadi!
yeah, they're goofing off, man.
Oh,
Because they've already taken the checkered flag. According
oh, they
to-
have.
Yeah. So the only one we're waiting on now is Mr. Brogdon. And he'll be crossing that start-finish line. There goes the Penta. Yeah, these guys just goofing off right now because their scoring is
I
stopped.
about had a heart attack.
Yeah, here we go. Finally, Brogdon's going to cross the
There
start
we
finish
go.
line in third, and he's just going to stop. He's like, I am so done with this.
I'm done.
All right, folks, we're going to take a real fast commercial break, and when we come back, we'll give you the final results, and we'll do our post-race interviews. So give me a couple minutes to get my lungs and my lips wetted here. Not my lungs, just my lips, as we watch donuts. When we come back, again, we'll do the final results for you, and we'll go ahead and get some interviews done. So stay tuned to LSRTV's Productions the broadcast of the L-TAC Cup Series here at Tucson Sound Art Cup Series. We'll be right back.
There are moments that surprise and delight the mind, and the senses. Introducing SoundArt, the world's first truly customizable, concealed, flat panel art speaker system. A revolutionary combination of incredible sound delivered from your most meaningful pictures. When art and technology intersect, there is a seamless blend of creativity and function.
Come alive in the streetlight, pulling at the stars in the moonlight. Every time I feel you close.
With SoundArt, anyone can print their own artwork or pick from numerous licensed artwork that we have. The possibilities are limitless. Enjoy beautiful and amazing sound throughout your home. The entire surface of your artwork generates incredibly robust sound. SoundArt is elegantly hidden behind a high-grade, textured canvas wrap, bringing together the best of sound and art. This innovative design allows for a truly invisible, high-fidelity sound experience without bulky speakers. For licensors and other businesses, we are capable of producing thousands of units per day.
We're using the highest quality materials to give you the best product available in the market. Everywhere you look, there's always art. What I like so much about SoundArt, that you could just pair it and play.
Ansia, your art never sounded so good.
And welcome back to LSRTV Productions' presentation of the L-TAC Tucson Sound Art Cup Series here at Nurburgring. Sorry, I always messed that up. We've had a great race. I mean, honestly, it wasn't quite as boring as I thought it was going to be. Thanks to the guy that we're fixing to talk to here in a couple minutes, Jeremy Berger, really making things interesting for us. Before we go to him, we're going to get in touch with our third place driver, Jeff Brogdon. Jeff, this is John up in the booth, buddy. Do you have your ears on? Jeffrey. Yo, man. Hello. Oh, so I'm light up. Okay, we're going to give Jeff a couple minutes to get his technical issues fixed real quick. Meantime, we're going to jump over to the second place driver of Jeremy Berger, the guy who was giving my sidekick here heart attacks the last couple laps of that race. Jeremy, John up in the booth, man. How did you feel about tonight's run, man?
Well, I'm happy with the second place, but overall, to be completely honest, that race was really bad. But can't be mad at a second place finish.
Yeah, that as my colleague John was saying, I was having a bit of a heart attack there in the last couple of laps. Kind of explain, as you were talking with us in the booth before we came back from commercial break, how the track changed, not only in the race in general, but just in the last two laps.
Well, the clouds definitely messed with me because my brake marker in the one disappeared because the track asphalt changes colors, and then I normally brake where the color changes, but the clouds made it all one color. So every lap, I would literally, well, not every lap, but like the last couple laps, I would just miss turn one completely. But other than that, I don't think the track changed too much, so yeah.
Well, hey, thank you for making it entertaining for us, though. And do you have anybody you want to give shout-outs to for your run tonight?
Yeah, my teammates, sucks for Logan that he had his technical issue. And Elite Performance Industries, if any of you viewers are looking for setups, we built some pretty dang good setups, so if you want to get some, head over.
There you have it, folks. That's Jeremy Berger, your second place driver. And unfortunately, it looks like we've lost Jeff Brogdon. He was in here and now he's not, so I'm not real sure what happened there. So we're just going to head on over to Victory Lane and catch up with our race winner, Johnny Eckert. This is John up in the booth, man. You got me?
Yes, I do. Hello.
Well, congratulations, Mr. First Time starting over here at the L-TAC Cup Series. Going to come in here and embarrass the whole field. How you doing, buddy?
Thanks. Doing pretty good. Yeah, I didn't think that this would happen, but I knew I had some pace tonight, and unfortunate for Logan for him to fall out when he did. But Yeah, I the last few laps got a little bit hectic for me, but other than that, it was a pretty good race.
Johnny, we talk about your first start, first win. How does it feel to come into a new series, having to kind of tiptoe around some of the guys that are fighting for a playoff position? Kind of talk us through how tonight's race felt for you.
Yeah, well, to start out, my brake bias was wrong when I got in the car, and didn't realize it until 2 or 3 laps in. And then I couldn't change it because I had some sort of keyboard issue. Thankfully, that sorted itself out a few laps after that, after I realized it. But yeah, I was just, I think it was I almost had an incident with a lap car, but towards the end of the race, and my number one priority tonight was to avoid contact with other cars, and I didn't want to be a storyline for the wrong reasons. I didn't want to cost anybody their day or whatever run they had going on, so I was just trying to do my best to give everybody extra room. Me as new guy to the series, trying to figure out where I'm at and just kind of do my thing and not push the issue with other guys that might have a lot more on the line than I do.
Well, I tell you what, man, watching you tonight, we obviously know who to keep our eye on besides Logan Hamilton on the next road course we go to. Congratulations for an outstanding run tonight, Johnny. Almost a minute and a half, I guess it was, lead over the second place guy. You lapped most of the field. So yeah, man, I mean, you did it in one of the hardest road course racing venues that we go to. So congratulations again on your first place run. You got anybody you want to thank for it?
Yeah, I love German tracks. I love Nurburgring. So this has been there in real life once. So yeah, this was a big one. Really happy to come home with the win. But thank you guys broadcasting. Thanks to L-TAC, Nolan for getting me in here and just working with me with everything to get me approved, and thanks to the league for putting on the race and everybody else who supports the series. Yeah, I got to thank one of my sponsors, Pro Air Medical Supplies, for supporting me in all my league endeavors. And yeah, I got a friend who lives in Germany, his band on the car tonight. So that was pretty cool to bring it home and to come to Victory Lane. So yeah, El Dorado. Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you for your time, man. And again, congratulations. There you have it, folks. Your winner tonight, Johnny Eckert, in his first showing here with the L-TAC Next Gen Cup Series, the Tucson Sound Art Cup Series. Congratulations once again, and congratulations to your buddy for watching his band smoke the field tonight on the side of your car. Thanks again, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys.
All right, folks. Well, those are our two of the three that we had, and unfortunately, Jeff won't be able to join us, the third place driver in the 11 Tabasco car, because I really wanted to ask him what's up with the Tabasco sponsorship. Maybe we'll get up with him next week if we can. But in the meantime, I have pulled another person up into the booth to talk to, whom I owe an apology to, because we did this to him in the middle of the race and apparently caused him to have a bit of an issue. Nathaniel Ames, this is John up in the booth, buddy. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Look, man, right off the bat, sorry about that. I didn't expect you to have a wreck. Up into the booth.
It wasn't really you guys. I was kind of not really concentrating, and I was just going through the corner slower than Robert thought, and we connected. The racing incident happens.
Well, look, the reason I've got you up here, really, in all seriousness, you're the first guy that I've been able to call a race with that has come up through the truck series. It's something we've talked about every week pretty much, on how, if there's somebody out there who's watching this and wants to be a part of the L-TAC Cup Series, their best bet is to go through the truck series, and that's something you did. So why don't you talk to me a little bit about that real quick?
Yeah, well, I started iRacing about 6 or 7 months ago, coming from Xbox Sim Racing, and Barret Uphold actually invited me in because I'm in some other Discords with him, and we're talking about it. He was like, come race the trucks with us. Let's see how you do. I know you're a big NASCAR guy, so I joined up. And I didn't race the first half of the season due to work and school and all that, but I recently just started racing with them like 6 or 7 races ago, and they liked my pace. I'm definitely not a front runner, but they like my pace. They like how clean I race, and they brought me up. Takes about 3 races for them to really see what you got, what you can do, and they feel you're ready to move up, they'll move you up.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've watched you now. This was your 4th race with them tonight. We've watched you every week. We've talked about you a little bit, and I'm impressed. I mean, you like I said, you made the climb up through the truck series with these guys, just like they've promoted, and you're holding your own here. Tonight you finished 8th place, which is not bad considering the on-track instances you had. And like Brockton pointed out a few times, this is a very difficult track for somebody who's never been to it. And I think Brockton's got a couple questions for you, Brockton.
Yeah, we talked about this being your 4th race of the year. You've been thrust into some very difficult situations. We had Homestead, which has always been, in my opinion, one of the hardest ovals we've run. Kansas, which is always a 1 or 2 lane track with very interesting tire wear. You had the longest race of the season with the Coca-Cola, the World 300, I believe, and then the Nurburgring race tonight. Kind of talk to us about the adaptability that you have to be in the L-TAC Cup Series.
Oh man, where to even begin with that? These guys are fast. You know, I'm a C-class racer in iRacing. I'm just recently promoted from D-class in ARCA racing. So these guys are fast, and this car is, it's finicky. I mean, you gotta really learn how to drive it, and you know, I've had the unfortunate learning curve of running with these guys mid-season and learning to drive this car, which I feel like I'm making good progress. I'm still making mistakes that, you know, any rookie would probably be making, but it's a difficult car to drive. It's low downforce and finicky tire wear depending on where you're at. So it's been a learning curve for sure, but at the end of the day, you know, you learn what you drive and you just get better from there.
Well, Nathan's is it Nathan or Nathaniel? What do you go by?
Whichever works for you.
Well, I'm gonna call you Mr. Ames. No, I'm kidding. Thank you so much for your time, man. Thank you for being patient with us, silly broadcasters. We know that sometimes guys that aren't up front would like to be talked to every once in a while, so that's why I pulled you up here. Give your version of your ascent into the Cup Series, if you will. And I wish you nothing but luck, and hopefully we get to interview you from Victory Lane pretty soon.
I appreciate it, and hopefully it's soon. I mean, like I said, it's just a learning curve. I gotta just keep pushing. These guys are fast, so I gotta get fast.
Well, man, you're going in the right direction. There you have it, folks. Nathaniel Ames, driver of the number 40. It looks like, give me your sponsor real quick. I can't read it.
So my sponsor is actually the school I went through for aircraft maintenance. It's the Aviation Institute of Maintenance.
Hey, you know what, man? I myself was in the aviation maintenance field, but in the military for a little while. So, yeah. Well, look, man, thanks for your time, Nathan.
Yeah, not a problem, John. Appreciate you having me on here.
All right, buddy. Well, there you have it, folks. That's going to wrap it up for tonight. Myself, Brockton Packer, Mason Heimbaugh down the trailer. Folks, please, for the love of all that's holy, tune in next week for the Twangy Bits 200. I've been wanting to say that for 2 hours, man. The Twangy Bits 200 L-TAC Tucson Sound Art Next Gen Cup Series. Twangy Bits 200 from Texas Motor Speedway. I guarantee you, and Brockton will back me up on this, it's going to be a hell of a race from Texas Motor Speedway. This car on that track has proven to be fun. That's the only word I can think of, Brockton.
Absolutely, and I'll be able to use some of my expertise on tire wear and fuel mileage there as well. So I'm
yours.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for 134 laps of the Twangy Bits 200 at Texas Motor Speedway. It'll be a fun night. Home track for a couple of these guys, and it'll be fun.
Well, here you have it, folks. These are our final results for tonight. Johnny Eckert bringing home the win. Jeremy Berger in second place. Jeff Brogdon, my tobacco driving car buddy, in third place. Sean Deal fourth. Mario LaPenta fifth. Barret Morton sixth. And Anthony Muzzatti coming home seventh. Brockton finishes out, pal.
The newcomer Nathaniel Ames coming home in eighth. Robert Pentagalli coming home in ninth. 10th, Stefan Purcell, Frank Flores, the third, coming home in 11th. Logan Hamilton with unfortunate issues with his internet, coming home in 12th. Nate Brooker 13th, and rounding out the field is the number 43 of Colin Stone.
And folks, I don't know about y'all, but this race was not as boring as we thought it was going to be. It wasn't, that bad of a show at all. Really great racing. We learned a few things about Nurburgring tonight. I know I did, because I've never raced iRacing at this track, and I don't really look forward to doing it. But I really want you guys to please show up next week to watch us do the Twangy Bits 200. That's 134 laps at Texas Motor Speedway. It's going to be fun. Brockton, thank you so much for coming out tonight, man. Glad you made it out to Texas, and you made it through the heat of Dallas-Fort Worth area. Was given to you last week, man. Thanks for being here tonight.
Absolutely, John. It's been a pleasure to work with you and everybody on LSRTV. Huge shout out to our producer, Mason. He has done an amazing job with graphics, overlays, and everything in between. And yeah, I can't wait because I want to say the title again. That Twangy Bits 200 Texas Motor Speedway. Like, share, push it out, guys. I want to try and grow this to be something huge. Because these guys deserve it. This is an awesome league to announce for, and I can't wait till next week.
Our car count should be a lot higher next week. Everybody loves Texas. Folks, please make sure you tune in to the LSRTV Racing production of the Friday night L-TAC Next Gen Cup Series, brought to you by Tucson Sound Art. We will be here bright and early, and I hope to see you there. For myself, Brockton, Packer, and Mason, the amazing one, Heimbaugh, down in the trailer, I'm John Mustern Jr. God bless you all, and good night.